Welcome back to another video, my brothers. Today's video is titled What I Learned by Journaling for 30 Days. Now, if you're new here, my name is Ali and I make self-improvement videos specifically for men. So be sure to check out my channel, and if you like the videos, give us a nice little like. And if you resonate with the message, make sure you subscribe and join the family. So let's get straight to the point. What I learned by journaling for 30 days. Now, journaling was something that I was very skeptical about for several years because I thought it was a bunch of glitter and fluff, fugazi. I'm not into fluff, I'm into facts. I like improving myself. Give me something to do and I'll do it. And journaling seemed like a waste of time for me. I just thought, what do you gain from writing down how you feel? Oh, I'm sad today, Like, what does that give you? How does that improve your life in any way? That's how I thought for several years. And I never tried it. So I was just being very judgmental, but I never actually gave it a good shot up until a month ago. Now, what I did a few years ago was I bought an empty notepad and I wrote down a few lines, and I was like, oh, well, this ain't doing shit. I wrote in it for like 2 days and then I gave up. But that was my fault. I didn't give journaling a proper amount of time. So recently I was out with a friend and they recommended this bad boy right here. Let's not burn it underneath the candle. The 6-minute diary. Yeah, that's what it's called, the 6-minute diary. So my friend told me, hey Ali, I'd recommend this one. It gives you structure, things to follow, and it takes 6 minutes if you do it properly every day. And I thought, you know what, 6 minutes. If I can't stick to something for 6 minutes, I am genuinely retarded. So I bought the journal, £20 or something off Amazon. And then I started writing in it, and I'll put some screenshots as I go through this video of what the diary looks like and why I like the way it's set up. But I'm going to give you 3 things that I've learned from journaling for 30 days. I've made some notes here as well, so I'm not just talking a bunch of crap. The first thing it's helped me do is it's helped me become more self-aware. Self-awareness is key. A lot of us don't really know who we actually are. I mean, listen to me here for a second. We live in such a fast-paced world. You wake up, brush your teeth, you quickly have breakfast, you rush to work on the tube or you drive to work. There's traffic, you get there 5 minutes late maybe, you clock in, you do your work for 8 hours and then you come back home and then you got to eat again and then you go to the gym and then you come back home and then you spend an hour or so with your family and then you go to sleep and then boom. The clock rings again the next day and it's the same cycle. You never actually sit down and analyze who the fuck you are or where you are in life. Honestly, like for many years I thought I knew myself, but I didn't really know myself properly, and I wish I did journal years ago because it would have given me perspective. And I'll talk about how that perspective really helps in just a moment. But self-awareness is key because many of us have significant flaws. We have limiting beliefs. We have behaviors that are holding us back in our profession, in our relationships, right? We have things that we do that we don't realize are fucking up our lives, and behaviors that are self-sabotaging. And so when you write down in your journal, it allows you to identify those flaws that you have. Now listen, someone could say, well, you are perfect the way you are, and I disagree with that. 100% disagree with that. You're not perfect the way you are. You could be so much more than what you are right now. I am a growth-orientated person. I don't want to be someone that leaves a bad impression on the partner that I'm with, for example. I don't want to have a behavior that I am naive of, that I am ignorant of, that is ruining my relationships with people. I don't want to be self-sabotaging in my career because of something in my life that I'm not aware of. You can't just be wandering around, yeah, everything's great. You might be doing some dumb shit that's holding you back. So writing down in your journal is tremendous. And I like this diary in particular because it gives you things, it gives you questions that you answer, okay? For example, one of the questions it's got in here is, which situations cause the most stress and tension in your everyday life? What can you do or stop doing to approach them in a calmer way? I like that question. And I sat there and I paused and I started to analyze, you know what is that thing that has given me stress? You know? And everybody's answer is going to be different. You know, don't write a politically correct response. Well, you know, I'm not a millionaire yet, so I'm stressed. No, like genuinely sit there and analyze what's actually bringing you stress in your life right now. Okay, and I'll attach many more pictures on this as I am talking, because I want you guys to see what it looks like inside. Okay, but self-awareness is the first point. The second point is it enabled me to become more grateful. Okay, that's a huge one. Gratitude is, you know, it is so important. It's so important. Many of us complain and moan about things that we have no right to complain and moan about. And when I say no right, I mean we actually do have it good. But because of this Instagram life that we all live, okay, we're constantly scrolling social media, thinking, oh, I'm poor, I'm broke. Meanwhile, you might be making $4 grand a month. Someone in the world right now is making $1 a day, $2. And if they make 3, they're ecstatic. They are over the moon. They live in a cramped house. Maybe the whole family's in one room. And they are, you know, extremely happy. And there you are making $4 grand a month, moaning. Listen, the reason why moaning and complaining is holding you back is because success is something you attract, remember. Success is looking for a good place to stay, as Jim Rohn says. So if you're a moaner and a complainer, how are you going to attract abundance? Think about this for a second. If you're someone that moans about men being trash, or women are all sluts, or women are all whores, how are you going to attract a good woman in your life? Think about that for a second. You are essentially blocking your blessings. So it enabled me to become more grateful. I started writing things down like, you know what, I'm grateful for my family. Alhamdulillah. Praise the Most High. I started to appreciate my health a lot more. You know, yes, maybe I don't have the physique that I want, although I do like what I see in the mirror, but I'm not where I want to be physically. But I wrote down, you know what, I'm grateful for my health, because there's a lot of people out there that are unfortunately experiencing ill, you know, health, and they would pray, they would dream of just being able to walk by themselves, and many more things. And I'm not saying this to put them down and make them seem like they are, you know, below me. No, it doesn't come from that place. It comes from the place of me appreciating what I have. Okay? So I started writing down things like my health is good. I have a car, which I quite like. You know, even though it's not a Lamborghini Aventador or SVJ yet, or a Rolls-Royce Cullinan, I love my car. You know, it takes me from A to B. It looks nice, and you know what I mean? So it allows you to become more grateful. And I started to notice, I started to be a lot more positive, just a much more bubbly person in general, much happier person, because of me listing every day. I have to write this, by the way. I'm not just talking this. I'm not looking in the mirror and saying, yeah, I've got a car, I'm happy. No, I'm actually writing this. And there's a certain connection between your mind and your hand. And when you write in ink, it's all well and good to write in your phone, okay? But writing it on a piece of paper, there's a certain spiritual connection right there. I don't want to sound too deep, but honestly, seeing your own handwriting, saying, I'm grateful, I'm happy for this, my family, it does something to you, okay? And last but not least, it helps you become more productive. Now, this is a good one. And it's a good one because, as I mentioned in the first point, with self-awareness, when you identify your flaws, so for example, I wrote down some of my limiting beliefs in my journal. Some of my limiting beliefs, which are still present, believe it or not, is my obsession with producing perfect content. I'm constantly working on ensuring that I don't overthink the whole YouTube thing, that I just post content. But the old me is like, no, it's not good enough, don't post it. So I wrote down, you know what, I overthink content creation. I need to stop overthinking it, and I need to just constantly create. There's many more limiting beliefs, of course. We all have limiting beliefs, every single one of us. And if you say you don't, you're lying. Everyone does, okay? But identifying those limiting beliefs allows me to diagnose the problem. It's like I'm lifting up the bonnet and I'm looking at what the issue is. And I want you to see your life that way. You're lifting up the bonnet, you're looking internally. Right, what's fucked up? Oh, okay, you know what? I overthink social situations, right? I don't approach people because I'm too nervous, maybe. Maybe that's your limiting belief. I don't think I'm good enough for a woman. Maybe that's your limiting belief. So you're able to dissect what the problem is. And then when you know the problem, you're able to focus on the problem and address it. I'm a big believer in working to address your flaws. I know some people say ignore your flaws, focus on your strengths. No. Once again, that's a very stagnated belief system, right? Because it doesn't allow you to grow. So I want to know what my flaws are so I can improve them. Maybe there's something I am doing good that I can do even better. Tweaks, little improvements, right? So understanding where your shortcomings are allows you to work on them, which allows you to become more productive. Because once again, most people don't know where they're lacking. They're just wandering around life. Yeah, everything's hunky-dory, lovely. They think it's going great, but they have some mistakes that they're not addressing, that are holding them back, preventing them from being 10 times more successful. Okay? So it allows you to become more productive because you're able to work on the problem. Right? Most people, and I'm going to give a car reference here, most people are essentially driving with an engine management light on all the time. And they're praying to God that every day they get into the car that nothing goes wrong. They're not addressing what the problem is, and one day what happens? Boom. The car just stops working. The engine's gone. Now they need an entirely new car. Instead of being that guy that says, oh, hang on a second, we've got a faulty fuel pump, or this is wrong, or the cam belt needs replacing, or this or that. When you fix the problem, boom, you're back on the road, no worries. Yes, the car could break down, but then guess what you do then? You fix it again. But you're not ignoring your problems. You're focusing on what the problem is, boom, you're getting it corrected. You're keeping it moving. So you become a much more productive, much more efficient person. Alright, so these are my 3 points. Hopefully they help you guys. If they do, make sure you let me know down below. If you've started journaling as well, let me know how it's helped you. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace and love.